Welcome. In this video, I want to show you one of my all-time favorite writing applications. I love this, and I am not alone. There are so many writers that use this particular writing app that I'm going to show you on a daily basis. And it doesn't matter if you are writing a manuscript, a book, a memoir, a short story, or if you are using this in your everyday correspondence. If you're a student, it is wonderful to help polish up your writing. And not only that, but it teaches you along the way. And so in doing so, you become a better writer all the time when you use this product. I love this. And just to give you a little heads up, I do not share anything with people who follow me unless I personally use it and I love it. So this is probably either number one or number two of the applications that I cannot live without. And so without further ado, this is ProWritingAid. Now, it's a wonderful product that actually you can use it in a browser. And it also has an app that you can use as a standalone app. And I don't want to waste too much of your time, so I'm going to jump right in and show you the beauty of what this ProWritingAid can do for you and how it can improve your writing. And just give you a little heads up about what I use it for. I've been traditionally published, and I've also self-published a lot of my, several books. And ProWritingAid has helped me improve my manuscripts dramatically. And I'm going to show you that. But I also use it in everyday correspondence. Anything from, there are times when I've applied for special awards or a grant, or just an everyday blog post. I use it all the time with that on my website, and just in emails. If I want to write an email that I want to stand out and make sure that it is received in the best light possible, I will use ProWritingAid. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a little demonstration. This is ProWritingAid in my Chrome browser. And so if you look here, you can go to the home. This is the home page. And it is the web editor that works strictly out of your browser. You can see that it is very well respected. I encourage you to go check out their website and see some of the features yourself. But I'm also going to show you it in action. And what I'm going to use is the standalone app. And it's logging right in right now. And I'm going to create a project. And I'm just going to have it be text and create this. And I will call it Sample Demo. And put that on my desktop and save it. So this is what it looks like when you open up ProWritingAid from the app version. And I'm just going to jump right in there, because the best way to tell you about it is simply to show you what it does. So what you do is you can copy and paste. That's what I usually do. Just copy some text and paste it into this app. I am also somebody that transcribes while I walk using Dragon Professional and a headset. And so I love the Active Writing Life. But that is a perfect way to use ProWritingAid, because when you transcribed, there are definitely going to be some errors and tweaks that you need to do to polish up your writing. So I have got in another document, which I will show you. This is a rich text format document that it is a blog post, and it's a rough, just something that I dictated while I was walking. So I am positive that it is going to have some errors in it. So I'm going to copy it. I just copied it over here. I'll show you. I selected everything. I hit Command copy, and then I go here and I paste it. So the title of this blog post is Writing in a Busy Life, and I simply pasted it, and I'm going to show you what happens when you use ProWritingAid. Excuse me. So you have options here. I'm going to move some things out of the way here. And it's already finding grammar issues, a lot of style issues, and one spelling issue. So you have several ways to run through these reports, and I'm just going to quickly go through a few. So the real time, this lets you kind of edit as you go along. And the summary, let's look at that, which gives you a grade. And I ran the summary right now, and you're going to see what it looks at. And I can bet that I am not getting a very good grade on this writing. Yep. As you see, that's pretty much overall score. What is that, an F? I don't think that's very good, but the spelling's not that bad, okay? So I need a little grace, right? So this, again, was a dictation. I'm simply dictating, and Dragon is recording what I was dictating, and it transcribed it. That's another video. If you want to see a video of that, just post a comment or let me know. And then I pasted it and got this grade. So it looks at your overall score, it looks at your grammar grade, and it's on a 100 scale, spelling and style. And then you can go through here and you can see the word count, the characters, how many sentences, how many paragraphs, your vocabulary. It's amazing. It'll tell you how many unique words you have, word families, unusual words, which I love, most used words. And then you get deeper into the report where you can get readability measures, which, have you ever read something that you think that I'll be honest, when I read something that they throw in so many words that make it sound like they're really trying to impress the reader, I kind of zone out. That's not the kind of writing that I do. If that's the kind of writing that you want to do, that's definitely your decision to make, but that's not where my audience is. I want to read within a certain, well, this here says 5th grade level is easiest to read and understood by an average 11-year-old student. But this will help you target where you want to be, but you want your paragraphs easy to read. You don't want to have a lot of difficult to read paragraphs and very few very difficult to read paragraphs. So I'm going through this report, and I'm just going to touch briefly on some of these things, but there's so much that you can do here. But what I really want to show you, without making this a really, really long video, is I want to show you how it works to help you correct these issues. So with that said, let me get out of this by closing it, and let's go right in and make some corrections real time. So we've got 2 grammar issues found, and what I love about it is you can see that it color codes grammar issues are blue, style issues are yellow, and you've got 1 spelling issue, which you can see is right here. Let's take care of that one right now. So I click on it, and you can see that it gives me an option to change it. Bingo, that one's done. And let's keep on going. Since that is the only spelling issue, let's work on the, let's go back here again. Let's work on the grammar issues. So it's not only telling you how to fix it, it's offering suggestions when it can, which is most of the time, but it's also teaching you why it is a good idea to kind of revise whatever it is you're writing. So for this case, this is a simple one. I wanted to use an EM dash, but of course I was dictating and it put a double dash here, a double hyphen. So what I simply do is just change that. And that is a way now I have the nice looking EM dash where I wanted it to be. Now, I haven't even read this yet, but I just want to show you how to correct some of the things so you can see this app, ProWritingAid, in action. So let's go to the sentence. One of the most important things that I have found through writing is building momentum. I see that's a little clunky. So it is saying it's possibly confusing the noun and verb. Now, in this case, I would edit the sentence slightly. One of the most important things that I have found when I write, one of the most important things that I have found in becoming a better writer is to build momentum. And then I go on to explain that. So I've taken out that error issue. I've made that sentence more clear. And then I talk about the law of inertia. Objects at rest tends to stay at rest. So that's not right. An object at rest, let's correct it. An object at rest. So I've got the object tends to stay, and it still doesn't really like that. An object at rest will tend. I will put it like that because I know that this is talking about a specific law that I want to keep kind of related to the law and not go too much astray. So I'm going to skip that one because we're talking about the law of inertia. So let's just move on. I struggle with this as well. So one of the things you learn is that when you write, you want to remove any unnecessary words, and this is a good one. A lot of times when I speak, I will put a lot of those filler words in there, like as well, and this app will help you remove those. I struggle with this. I don't even like the word this. So I struggle with, what is this asking me? Developing a writing plan on a regular basis. Okay. So that is much more clear. And then it's actually telling me there's something there. Regularly. Bingo. I've made that sentence shorter, more concise, and more effective. So let's move on. If I take one day, okay. A plan is so important. That is not to say, I bet it doesn't like that. So it's saying it's more clear and more concise to say, not that. Not that. You do not. I'm just editing as I go, and it's liking some things it's not. Here's another one. I will greatly. It wants me to take that out to say I will improve my writing efficiency. You get the picture. Here's another as well. Take that out. After all, doesn't like that. Take that out. It wants you to say life is precious. Now keep in mind you don't have to agree with everything. This is using the computer to kind of look at your writing, but some of the things you want to keep the way they are. So it's your call. But this is a way to, this is a way to see the things that you might not even realize that you do. Something that is important to me, something important to me right now. Do you see how I changed something that is important to me right now to something important to me right now? It just makes your writing more clear. So that is, here's another EM dash. What I am doing to make my writing time more efficient. I think I'm going to leave that there and I'm going to ignore that one. I'm currently working on a course. It wants me to take out currently. I'm working on a course that would take you completely. We don't really need that word. It's telling me. Let's remove it. Through the steps to self-publishing your book, short stories, novels, or novella. I'm going to, it's a stronger sentence, it's saying, to say, I will show you. So let's change that. I will show you exactly what I do to self-publish a book. All right, you get the picture. So it says I missed a hyphen there. I tend to be as a weak sentence. I would say I am a perfectionist. Every module is packed as a passive verb, and it wants me to change that. Every module, I will pack every module with information. I will. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to move on so that you can see some of the other reports and ways that it helps. Let's look at repeats. Actually, I'm going to go on to structure. Let's look at structure. And what this is doing, it's giving a sentence structure check. And it explains everything here. There's so much here about writing. And it is very good. ProWritingAid is very good to explain what it's doing. So in this case, 66% of the sentences start with the subject compared to 72 in published writing. It's giving you a way to kind of spice up your writing and make it a little more varied. And again, you can go down here and it gives you some idea about what it's looking for. So this is a green sentence starts with an adverb, something that you might want to pay attention to when you think about style, how to kind of reduce some of these tricks and tips that writers find to improve their writing. So I'm going to go on and show you some of the other things. Readability. Estimated reading time to read this passage is 3 minutes, 37 seconds. It says the document is easy to read, which was my goal. And it can kind of help you if you don't, well, it will help you. If you see kinda, that's a word that I hate that I speak, but when I write it, it's going to pull that out and say, don't use I kind of. That's a weak sentence. It doesn't kind of fix it. It will help you fix it. It will do this for you. So anyway, it has several things about diction, vague and abstract words it's going to show you, which is something that I'm really, one of my crutches, to use a word that is vague. A lot, for example. Truthfully, that forced me to shelve a lot of my writing time. So this is cool because then instead of saying a lot, you can go into the thesaurus and find suggestions. Let's see what it's going to do with a lot. Truthfully, that forced me to shelve, I just lost it, a collection of my writing time for, I'm not sure what my sentence, let me read the sentence here. Truthfully, that forced me to shelve a portion of my writing time for this monumental event. That obviously is something that the dictation didn't get correctly. Some is a word that is vague and abstract. So it's telling me to consider removing it because I'm not going to miss. I'll just put the greatest gifts of life because I want to reach a certain is vague. So let's look at that. Because I want to read, let's look up in the thesaurus, I'll say a specific goal, which again, that might be a little vague, but you get the picture. But this is a wonderful tool to help make your writing more powerful. So moving right along. There are so many different things. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I recommend that you look at this tool. If you go onto the ProWritingAid website, and I've got a link here, and it is an affiliate link below this video, and you will be able, I appreciate it if you consider using my affiliate link. That would be great. That does help me do what I do and keep teaching. But it goes into more detail about each one of these reports. So believe me, there's so much in there. And you go on down, it even has a plagiarism check, which you get a certain amount of checks that you can get with your, let's see what I've got. I think I've already done one, and I don't know how many it gives me personally. See, you can purchase additional. You do get, I don't know exactly how many you get. You get a certain amount, but if you use them, then you have to purchase additional ones. So I don't even know how much that is, but I'll go into that. But that's very good for students. So if you've got a student, you want to buy them something that will really help them, this is a great thing. So now I want to go back, and I have not done everything, but I want to look at the summary report and see if I improved it a little bit from that terrible grade that I got in the beginning from importing my dictated work. Okay, so now you can see, still got to work on the style. Spelling is up to 100. Grammar, looks like I'm doing better there. I'm getting B's. I like to get these numbers up way high. So I will do work with anything I publish on the blog, or especially in a manuscript, to make sure that I'm getting hundreds at least as much as I can. The style thing I really don't like, and let's look at why I'm getting such a low score with the style. So let's go back. I gotta close this. I always forget to do that. Core style. This is going to tell me where I need to do my work. Passive verbs, 1 hidden verb, a portion of, and 10 readability enhancements. But you can see that if you go down this list, tends to stay, I agree, that's terrible. If you go to look at it, let's click the arrow and it tells you, here it is, an object in motion. Again, that's that law of inertia. For this, just for this video, I'm going to change it. So I'm going to go right down this list. I'm not going to, let's go to the arrow. My family is precious to me. You haven't been hearing from me as much because I will not, I will not miss the greatest gifts. Okay, I'm just going to do this one section here and I'll look at my style score again. Let's go to the arrow. Readability may be enhanced by removing do. I do believe. Okay, let's do that. This is easy. See how easy it is to improve your writing. Be calling. God can be calling you. Let's say God can call you to write. Much more powerful. Vastly. Let's see that. Each is vastly important. You might want to use that, but for the just for the example of this demo, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to follow these suggestions. And so I'm going to remove it in order to, I'll just make that say to keep working for my husband's firm. Blog. Now, I'm not sure what it's saying there. Let's look. A few blog posts. A few blog posts. I see what's going on here. After reading a few blog posts, there's the problem. About dictation, I started to become. So that one should be done now. Currently, let's see where that's calling that word up. I am currently using Dragon Dictation. Let's just remove that. Here's another one. The results that I'm getting, it would be better if I wrote, I'm pretty impressed. I don't like pretty impressed, but remember, I was walking. Okay, give me some grace. I've been impressed. I'm going to fix that one myself. I've been impressed with the results I'm getting. And really, I say that a lot too. So let's just take that out. All right, I just went through the top 10 readability enhancement suggestions, and I can work on the passive, definitely. I'm not sure what the hidden verb, let's look at that, a portion of, let's look and see what it's asking. Truth me that forced me to shelve, let's look. I could open the thesaurus, and I will for this example. Well, in this case, it gave me nothing. To shelve my writing time for this monumental event. And adverbs, it's telling me to use that sparingly. So I'm going to undo that one. So let's see. My son graduated from high school and went off to college in August. I'm going to say forcing me to shelve my writing time for this monumental event. Okay, you get the picture. So now let me go up here and look at the summary again, and I hope, although I'm not done with going through the suggestions, let's see if I can get that style score up just from the changes that I've made right there. So I'm waiting. It's analyzing my text. Bingo. Now at least I'm in the A range, right? So you can see as I go along and continue to make those quick, it was really quick, right? As I make the quick edits that ProWritingAid suggests, then I am able to improve my writing. And this is something, believe me, I use all of the time. I love it with the dictation software, Dragon Professional, because you can just let your words flow. You can think about the ideas, and then you can use ProWritingAid to really clean it up, make your written words more powerful, make your meanings more clear, and really it has helped me so much. It's like having an editor right here on my computer. So I love this program. I love ProWritingAid. It is my top pick as far as editing software, and I can confidently tell you that I recommend it with all my heart. So if you're interested in it, I've got a link below. Yes, it's an affiliate link. If you appreciate that I reviewed this for you, it will help me greatly if you use it, and I thank you in advance. They do have deals occasionally, so check it out. But I also have a special deal that I can give you as well as somebody that's following me. So I will give you that as well. But thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day. And I hope you enjoy ProWritingAid. If you enjoy it just a fraction of as much as I have done, then I think it's going to be a great, great purchase for you. Thanks a lot.